Hey, I'm Hutch Marone, your command coach, and I'm also a Keller Williams agent in the Atlanta market. And here at Your Command Coach, we add a little something that you won't often get in videos, and that's tips, tricks, hacks, whatever you want to call it. How do you use command in your business? Because some of the cool functionality in command is just not about cool functionality to be cool, right? It's for us as agents to grow our business, um, to help us be intentional and to save us time. And that's, my goal is to help you do all of those things, quite frankly. So today's video specifically is on the homepage applet, call it home. Sort of like dashboard is what it's called in some other platforms. And you can see along the left-hand side, you have all the applets that Command offers all in one place: contacts, task lists, smart plans, and we'll get into all of that. You need to watch further videos and we'll get into it all for you. Along the top here, you can see I'm in Command. There is also Connect, right? Connect is growing into sort of a Facebook-like environment for Keller Williams agents. And then last but not least, we have Command MC if you're part of your market center's leadership. Then over here, we have the marketplace. And by clicking on this, I launch some optional apps that I can connect to Command. There's some transaction management software, for example, where we can make some connections from, say, Dotloop or DocuSign to automatically back up all of your transactions. That's a cool feature that's offered within Command. So those can all be found in the marketplace. This is your notification bell. So when you submit for compliance purposes and that gets accepted or rejected, you're notified here. If you leverage the mass texting tool and somebody texts you back, right, you get a response to a text message, it shows up here. Underneath your name, you have the ability to make edits on your Connect profile. This profile is internal facing. Other agents see it. Never underestimate, and we'll get into it, but never underestimate how important it is how you appear in front of other agents for referral purposes. Settings is where we'll make some setting up adjustments to your account. Some of the integrations. We'll talk about your marketing profile. We'll get into all of that. There is a Command Training University here that you can pay for, that they have some classes. Those classes are generally large group sort of sessions, low questions, right? They don't get to ask that many questions, and then obviously log out. And then this big question mark up here takes you to Keller Williams University. Remember where this is, okay? Question mark, Keller Williams University, and currently Paul from Keller Williams University, Paul Polanski, has been working very hard in building that out. So if it's been a while since you've been in Command and you haven't gone to Keller Williams University as far as the answers, Q&As around Command, please do so. I would make that the first stop. If it was me, I'd make it my first stop. Your next stop, this guided tour right here. By clicking on this, you will launch a guided tour that will take you through some of the basic setup processes. I obviously recommend using my videos because, again, I'm going to give you some of the tips to avoid mistakes, but of course you have this here as an option. And then any important notifications that International is pushing out to us at the moment usually appear here as a green bar. Right now, they are encouraging us to set up our 2021 goals, and we'll talk about that in another video. But yeah, I encourage you to do that because as you use the Opportunities app here, right, some of your information will be updated, and then you can see here goals versus actuals, right, is part of your homepage. You can also go to reports and go into more detail as far as how you're doing versus your goals. So as you're doing your 2021 planning, strongly encourage you, regardless of how you do it, to get that information into command so that you can see how your actuals are compared to what you projected and what you committed to yourself to do. Now, let's go over the screen itself, the home screen itself, what's being offered to you here. And we're going to come back to the customize home button in a second. But what's being offered is tasks. You have a task widget here. I don't recommend using the task widget to complete your tasks. I recommend you go to tasks itself, pull that up, and work through today's tasks that are due. The playbook widget is video content basically that International is pushing out, and you might find something interesting there, something helpful for you and your business. And then below this, we have goals versus actuals, as I mentioned, if you've set them up. This widget here updates you on anything that's new in designs, and you can see, of course, that we have a bunch of holiday templates appearing right now. I like taking a glance at this when I first launch Command. I do like to see what's new, especially around the holidays, if there's something interesting I can use for social media purposes. And then you can always check the health of your database. This is also in reports, but this is just a quick look at how are you doing with sort of the core information that you need to have on your clients, on your sphere, to ensure that Command can best help you as far as automation goes, right? So phone numbers, can't text anybody automatically, can't use those smart plans that involve texting. You can't, separate or segregate your database using tags and use that to mass text anybody if you don't have their phone number. Email, again, part of smart plans. Email campaigns, you can leverage that. Home addresses, there are smart plans that leverage people's home address. How do you send them a note or a card if something happens that you see on their social media page? How do you send them something if you don't have their home address? How do you send them a little token of appreciation? What about a Christmas card? What about a birthday card, right? There is a birthday smart plan in here. It does involve a card. How would you send that? You get where I'm going, right? And neighborhoods is, if you enter the home address, Command will automatically add the neighborhood, right? Unless there isn't one, in which case you manually assign it. So the database, and we'll get into this more, we use Nextdoor.com's database of neighborhoods. Sometimes they don't have a neighborhood in there. Here are your product updates, which basically, hey, what are they working on as far as inside of Command goes? What are they updating? And then we go down here. If you are on a team, new leads, I would move this widget way up top so that you can quickly see what new leads are available. And then, of course, the notepad. When you use this notepad, these notes stay in the notepad, okay? They stay with you in the notepad until you erase them and change what you wrote. So I'm going to go back up top here to customize home, and I'm going to finish with this. You have the ability to select which of these widgets you see. So if you're not really keen on catching all the product updates, you can just uncheck it and boom, it's no longer there. Also, one of the things I recommend doing is what's most important to me in my business is having the tasks that are due that day up top and this notepads in case I made any notes, followed by goals, and design updates. All right, this is the way I like to see my home screen. So you have the ability to delete any of this. Leads, obviously, I'm not on a team, but I do run advertising, right? And so when I run those ads and on Facebook, for example, and I connect that and I run it through Command, which we'll talk about why I recommend you do that later on in another video, but those leads will come in through Command, right? And obviously those leads are very important as well. I want to see those. Some people might even feel those lead notifications are more important than the tasks. So I want to know about them. So then I hit apply, and you can see that Command has rearranged for the adjustments I just made. And the other thing about leads is whenever you get a new lead, guess what? It appears here in the notification bell. So, hey, I hope that was a good, quick overview. And if you have more questions, I'm available at your command coach, 678-551-4721, or you can just email me, Hutch Marone, spelled right like this, at kw.com. And look forward to helping you out going forward.